www.baedfund.co.uk. So that's www.baedfund.co.uk. Click on donate now where you will find the details, or click on the PayPal section in the header box. The Baed Fund, the Baed Fund, the Baed Fund, the Baed Fund.
Many more will have to die. Don't ask me why.
Rastataya, Rastataya, Rastataya. This is the Shaka from station to station to tell the generation and the nations. Rastafari. Education is the key. All youth strive for development. Rastafari. Love is the key. Go and give them that. Give them that message from me.
This is called the cancer bush.
Oh, I've heard of this. The cancer bush.
It is from nature that diseases arise, and from nature comes the cure. Dr. Paracelsus. Cancer bush, the hidden herb that supports and treats cancer patients, is brought to you by Mother Nature's traditional herbal remedies. Cancer bush is the miracle herb and can also treat these following conditions: cancer, chronic fatigue, depression, diabetes type 2, piles, hot flushes, gonorrhea, syphilis, hemorrhoids, chlamydia, rheumatoid arthritis, tuberculosis, HIV/AIDS, mental stress, lupus influenza, swine flu, and more. To find out more, and if you or a loved one are suffering from the following conditions, please head over to our website on www.cancerbush.org.uk. If you'd like to email us, please email at info@cancerbush.org.uk. You can also call us on 0208 993 4870. That's 0208 993 4870, or 07943 144 544. That's 07943 144 544. Cancer bush, the miracle herb.
No cigarette smoking in my room. I still want Marley. Bless FM radio, play good tune.
Them a wonder how blessed radio do this. I see them come with tongue. Future prophet tell them we locks get longer. Eden heart it and it. Blessed radio, you don't know. Put the good music. Play them.
Check. Check. 1 2 1 2 1 2. Yes, you. All right. Where are you? There you are. Gone.
Blessed love, light, and healing to all you beautiful people out there. This is Find Your Voice. Yes, the spirit of Dougie lives on here at Bless Radio. And I'm privileged and honored. And indeed, it's an exceedingly great pleasure, to be sitting in the great Master Dougie's chair. Who is the pillar of strength and light to our community. Sorely, truly, greatly missed. However, I feel his strength here in the studio with us right now, and to grace the proceedings, we have Princess Otas here on this night of tribute to our brother and king and community champion, Dougie. Brother Dougie. Do you have a few words to say, Princess Otas?
Peace, love, and light. Peace, love, and light. Yeah. Just want to say thank you to Brother Dougie for giving us this wonderful gift. The last time I was at the studio, Brother Dougie was sitting over there where you are sitting now, Tamara. I never knew that I would be coming back here today and he's not going to be there. So you can feel an absence of a presence physically, but spiritually, he's here. And for me, it's a gift. Just want to say thank you for the gift, Brother Dougie. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you, Princess Otas. And while you were talking, I just thought about the day when I left this station here with Brother Dougie, and we went to a shop around the corner because the drink that he bought was bitter. It wasn't right. So he put the top back on it and brought it back to let them know that this stuff isn't right. And the shopkeeper gave him a really hard time, like as though he was trying to con him out of something. And which was very belittling for Brother Dougie. He was a regular customer there as well. And so he said he's not going back to that shop ever again. And I haven't gone back to that shop ever again ever since, to be honest with you. I'm just going to learn more and more about Brother Dougie as a man who actually refused pay, for working in the community. And he actually was a very selfless man, and a man who actually, although he didn't have a car or anything like that, he got around to so many places, and he got a lot of lifts as well here and there, but he'd come to an event, full house, and then he'd leave and go and get a bus and go home. And a lot of people didn't really realize the humility and the power which our Brother Dougie walked with. I mean, furthermore, I'd just like to say that, lots of love, light, and healing to his family, the Williams family, his mama. I saw a clip today of her at the cemetery, which was filmed by Clive, Akaturas, R.A.S.S. Yes, they got some really gem of a footage there with his mother talking to his mother, and the drumming outside his house yesterday prior to the coffin being brought out from the house on its way to the cemetery. And the turnout outside his house was terrific, considering that everyone was told to keep away. It just goes to show the power of the man. The man attracted people towards him, and at the same time he lifted them up, and he made everyone feel special. And he absolutely committed himself to supporting everyone who he met and brought on his radio show, and even people who weren't on his radio show. Dougie was a man who not only was he selfless, but he was very, very compassionate. And I remember he was very moved. In fact, he was hurt by the shooting that went on at the Chestnuts Community Center. It upset him very, 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 very badly. I never saw a man so upset like that. He was very extremely upset. In fact, he was so upset that he was actually considering whether or not he should hold any more events there. That was how hurt he was by it, and also concerned he was by it, because obviously people get concerned. You don't want to hold an event somewhere where certain elements may return to do the same thing again. But I understand that the community center has taken measures to secure the building, in the sense that what attracted them there, those boys there, has been removed. So that means to say that sort of element will not return to the building. By the grace of the Most High, we trust that this is so. Yes, Princess, can you tell us, how did you meet Brother Dougie?
As you know, I am the CEO of Immortal Healing. We are Angelic Reiki practitioner, established 2010. And so I believe it was 2014, I discovered that about Find Your Voice, and you can have a store and to promote your business. So I thought, yeah, I'll try that. It was at the school. The name of that school again?
On Green.
On Blackboard Lane. It's been a while since I went there.
Yes, Parkview.
That's it, Parkview. That's right. And yeah, I still remember my very first day. Not quite sure what to do with myself. Not quite sure what to, It was all new to me. I didn't realize that there were black people having these regular events promoting their businesses. So it was very, very impressive, see so much talent in the house. And so I was introduced to Brother Dougie, and he kindly gave me a space at the reception area. I usually always set up my table there. It's my favorite spot. And so that's how I knew about Brother Dougie. And over the years, I was invited to SLR Radio, whereby I was all new to all these things. I was very nervous. I'm getting quite comfortable with the microphone now. I was always nervous because, but something always kept me going. Feel the fear and do it anyway. Because I knew it's not about me, it's about what the Most High has placed in me to give to the people. So, Brother Dougie, I would say his unique, professional ways help me along the way to find myself here with confidence. So it all began with that. We've had quite a few. We've had a few moments on the radio. But after a while, I did not see him for, as life tend to move you on. So I did not see Brother Dougie for a few years. Didn't come on the radio, didn't do the events because I was doing other things. But then, January this year, I decided to contact Brother Dougie and see if he can record a jingle for my business, Immortal Healing, which he kindly did as well. But then I noticed that I was seeing more of him, throughout the last 3 months of his walking on the earth, on the physical plane. I saw more of him than in the years that I've known him since 2014. So we made an arrangement to meet up at the community center to talk about what I want for the advert. So we met in the evening, about 6 o'clock. And I remember we sat down. I was early. He was on time, but I was very early anyway, so I waited for a while. And then he came in on time. And then we sat down. And we just had a little chit chat before we discussed business. But then I found myself talking about information, the Upanishads. Do you know about the Upanishads?
No, could you enlighten us on that?
Yeah. I just found myself talking about a conversation in the Upanishad with Lord Yama and Nachiketas. Apparently, Lord Yama is the he's the Hindu. It's a Hindu text, one of those ancient texts. So apparently, you can get on the internet, the Upanishads. And this Lord Yama happens to be like the spirit of death. And Nachiketas is a disciple, very well enlightened man who's always seeking. And for some reason, according to this conversation, he merited a conversation with this Lord of Death. And Lord of Death asked him, is there anything you want me to do for you? You have an opportunity to ask for whatever you want. So Nachiketas said, I want to know the secret of death. And the Lord of Death said, you can have anything you want, you can have all the women, all the money, but please do not ask me of the secret of death. So Nachiketus responded, he said, how can I enjoy all these things with you breathing down my neck? I want nothing else but to know the secret of death. And then the Lord of Death said, there is no death. I remember sharing that with Brother Dougie, and I couldn't understand, why am I talking like this? But I believe the Most High knew something, because I believe the Spirit works through all of us. So, but I do remember Brother Dougie responded, he said, there is no death. I said, well, he said there is no death, you know. And he laughed, we started laughing, you know, and then that was it. And I believe that was around February. A few weeks before he passed, I received a text, because I was very busy, but I noticed I received a text from Brother Dougie, and it read, "You good?" So, you know, he always says, "You good?" So I thought, okay, you know, I'll be busy at the moment. And then maybe about a week later, another text, and I read, it's from Brother Dougie. "You good?" I still got this text now, and I'm treasuring it. You know, I thought, oh no, I've got to contact Brother Dougie. So when I found the moment, on the Monday, I called him in the morning to greet him, you know, acknowledging that I saw the text, and we chatted for about 5 minutes, because he was actually making plans to do a live internet TV interview with me. So I was really looking forward to that. So we spoke on the Monday, and I said, yeah, we'll talk. And then, of course, it was on a Tuesday you called me, wasn't it? The very next day. To tell me the news that he's passed. And the moment you told me that he's passed, of course I was surprised, you know, because I just spoke to him yesterday, you know. And I realized it's like everything just, the past 3 months, just flashed back into my vision. And I was not able to see. It was like, perhaps his own soul, the Most High, knew he's finished his work. Perhaps it's time for him to come home. And I'm thinking, perhaps maybe there might have been a fear of death in him, because I could not understand, why am I talking about Nachiketas and the Upanishads when I came to discuss about recording the advert for my business. So I believe nothing happened in everything. Nothing is a coincidence. So I believe it was probably to relieve some form of fear, you know. I pray that it was a form of blessing anyway for him.
Yes, ultimately, fear is all about death, because that's right. The ultimate fear.
That's right.
The things that, you know, everybody fear, dying, and the fear of death has caused us to be subservient to people who will come and, you know, who come and take our things and take our lands, and because of the fear of being killed if we retaliate, and so on and so forth. This is, yeah, fear is a very oppressive. It feeds, you know, it sends us to our death, actually. That's what it does. And I do believe a lot of people during this so-called corona episode here have died through fear. You know, I think I really do. I feel people, especially those who are a bit fragile anyway, and they get a cold and they think, oh, it must be the corona, and their heart starts racing faster, and if they've got a weak heart, boom, that's it. They're gone. I mean, this is just an example, but, you know, Brother Dougie, you know, he's left a big legacy with us here, you know, which is a mammoth, a monumental task, and it takes a lot of people to deliver it. You know, it takes, it takes us, the community, to get behind this legacy, you know, and make it work. And of course, you know, we need people like Brother Dougie with those qualities, you know, loving, caring, forgiving, not perfect, but always willing to help, willing to serve. He was a great servant of our community. He didn't look any accolades. He didn't look any titles or anything like that. All these things have been bestowed upon him because of his works, because of that light that shone, brighter than the sun, so to speak. And so we're here today, to honor, his beautiful name, Brother Dougie, community champion, King Dougie, who we miss immeasurably. I myself personally, I was coming here with him every week, every Tuesday I'd be here from last year, as well as SLR. And there are many moments when he'd leave the chair that I'm sitting on now. I could feel his presence right here with me, and he'd move away, and he'd beckon me to go and sit in the chair, and so on and so forth. He didn't realize, and even I didn't realize, that I was being prepared for this position that I'm sitting in right now.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, by the grace of the Most High. Yeah.
I give my imagination to the source within me and within all. I believe that there is a greater power that controls everything. I believe in that greater power manifested everything. So no matter what happened, it's very important for one to just know that nothing happened except it's supposed to happen, and we should give thanks, because look, it's a very sensitive time. We feel emotions, we feel pain, we love him. Sometimes they do say you never know what you've got until it's gone. I come here, I've been working with Brother Dougie since 2014. Like I said, yes, I appreciate him. I look forward to meeting with him, and what we do. But somehow, after his departure, that's when I realized I love Brother Dougie. Isn't that strange? You just never know what you got until it's gone. You don't realize how much love you have for someone until they're not there. So for me, he has opened a part of my heart that is now, kind of releasing the vibration of love because of his departure. And I know he's not gone.
Yes.
I want to say thank you, Brother Dougie, for opening my heart in that way. And I believe that love is going to spread to the whole of the humanity, the community, and others. Thank you, Brother Dougie.
Thank you, Sister Otis. Well, we've got the big man himself, Clive Akatu Ras, in the studio. Please.
Yes, blessings, family, blessings, honor and glory. Because I'm here sitting as three people who Brother Dougie, in the last 6 months to a year, me personally being added. I think I was the last one to join this crew. And I have to express my blessings and respect and honor to the blessed man behind me, because as Tamara was saying, for whatever reason, I do believe Brother Dougie prepared us for this time. Yeah, absolutely. He prepared. Yeah, he prepared us for this time. If not for this time, certainly for this opportunity. Yeah, and that's to champion his legacy. Now, I must apologize, people, for being a bit late. And, it is out there. In a sense, it's like a recovery from yesterday, but the truth and honesty is that we're not going to recover from yesterday. What I do hope, however, is the spirit, firstly, of my brother Dougie has gone on to join their ancestors. And then, having given his report, he is going to rise in power and in glory, which then is going to turn that back on us through our memory of the journey that each individual out there listening presently would have had with this man. Yeah, I am one of the people like yourself who have journeyed with him. And as much as we all may think that we know this brother, my example is this. I have known Brother Dougie over a period of time of 45, maybe a little bit more years. And it's only yesterday I met his mum. And it was really striking, having done so, to know that when you think you really know somebody, there's always something else that you really don't know. And my greatest honor yesterday was to have met up with the family, to be at the home and to be at the cemetery. And it wasn't anything prearranged. It was all, everything yesterday was moved by the Spirit. And not just yesterday also, but leading up from the first time we probably reconnected, possibly again in this studio, that he himself had prepared the way, not just for myself, but others before me. And what I would say in respect to my brother, in that he's left a legacy. And where he is, I mean, myself, Tamra, we've been here, we talk about structures and things like that. We talk about setting up umbrellas. But in his passing or transcending, he actually has become the umbrella, because he's the top of the tree. He's the crown.
Totally.
And everything. And it's for us to fall underneath his wings. And that is a difficulty, but again, myself, Tamra, Supreme, we've been in the studio, we're talking about honesty, egos. We talk about all sorts of things. Yeah? But at the end of the day, even the funeral procedure has been a learning curve. And what I can say for myself personally, I know I hold my corner. And I hope it's the same for each and individual out there who had the spirit of Brother Dougie and him yesterday, that you hold your corner and you did what you're supposed to do. You understand? And there's no one person that can take any credit, because the glory is to Brother Dougie. Yeah? So, as I move with him and I put up certain reasoning, as you all know, you know, I still hold a meds with him. I leave my home in my garden and we still reason on top, because it's like, again, from what I'd gather, there is no death. You know, there is no death.
Absolutely.
If there was death, I wouldn't be calling on my ancestors.
You know, yeah.
You see what I'm saying? But at my earth strong, my reasoning was that I felt like I reached the top of the mountain. I actually put this up on the site today because, you know, talk is talk, but action or evidence represents a whole heap of things. Yeah, so I put that up today because I think it gives an opportunity for me was to give my tribute to this brother. Yeah, and in so doing, I tell you, it would be hard for you to understand the little joy I had. You know, I said to Dougie's mom, she's like, said, my mom now, Mama, don't beat me. Yeah, as a humbling way of meeting her, because up until yesterday I hadn't met her. I knew of her, no doubt. You know, but yesterday was the connection, is joining up that link. Yeah, and what I'll share with you is she wants to know what's going on. You know, but we've established that link now, which is going to be truthful and honest. You know, so yeah, family out there, I know that a lot of you have made all kinds of contribution yesterday. I didn't even have the time to listen, in truth, because I was just busy holding my corner, doing what was to be done. Yeah, but it's how we move forward, and I hope that we're going to be bouncing, yeah, for the rest of this evening. So people, they don't normally give me the back because I know me can chat, but this is not about me talking, because I flick my things up on the site already. So let me encourage you enough to phone in, man, and make me get food now, make we in our studio get for now, and the community get for now. Yeah, because right now, you see, through everybody in a lockdown, we don't have the time because we're not going to work. You understand? We're not lock up, man. Yeah, so make we talk and
yes, and the
let the spirit go, you know?
The number to call is 07 944 43 166. I repeat, 079 444 3166. Yes, we're waiting to hear from you. Tributes to the great, the mighty, the powerful Brother Dougie. A good man, a godly man, you know, God's disciple. That's what he said he wanted to be known as, God's disciple.
Really?
As a good man, yes.
That's good.
Yeah, well, again, you know, mother said to me, you know, Dougie never give her no trouble.
Wow.
Yeah, you understand? And again, that's the joy of being with Mom yesterday. So we can actually sit on yourself and say, you know, I met Mom yesterday, you know, and boy, you know, to meet her and to see the joy, especially like with the drumming. Yeah, and again with the drumming yesterday, because I asked her which church Dougie had got to and thing like that, you know, and she tell me. But you know, from that perspective, you can see how religion is letting down society presently, and then to know that maybe Dougie wouldn't really want to go in our church, yeah, and just so prepare it, yeah, so that he had his service out on road when free within his community, you know. So with everything that happens for a reason, you know, that enables us here now to be reasoning. But again, like I said, I really want just to use this number 079 444 31366. Yeah, I could get to know one another, because we need to. Yeah, Brother Dougie said, we have to open up our eyes, see the times that we're in. Yeah, and make us come together in unity. You know, come unity. Yeah, because that's what he represents. He was our champion. Yeah.
Yes, this is Find Your Voice, and so we need to hear voices phoning in. And you know, I looked into the Find Your Voice, and I realized that, you know, in the beginning was the Word, you know. So the voice is the most important thing. Is with the voice that things are created. You know, voice is like seeds that are planted. Voice is a very powerful thing. You know, honest to God, I mean, a voice that said good morning prevented a man from committing suicide, because he thought at least someone cares for him in this world. They said good morning. Voice is a very powerful thing. I love you. You know how much it means to a child to be told that they're loved by their mom and dad? It's powerful. Or for anyone to be told that they're loved. It's powerful. You know, I wish you peace. It's powerful. You know, powerful things, and you feel the energy from these things.
Yeah, again, on the voice, yeah, coming from Jamaica as an example. Yeah. It's customary when you, in the morning, in the dawn of the day, you say morning. Yeah, respect, yeah. Well, like Supremes, he's online. Okay. Yeah, well, big up. Well, you don't need no big up, man. Just respect. Yeah.
Yes, King Supreme.
Yeah.
Blessed love. We're listening.
Yeah, well, obviously, we will also now respect for you all in your corner yesterday and doing what you're supposed to do. Yeah, so that's what I say. In this, there's no big up in this. It's just holding the corner, holding the space, acknowledging how the community come out and did them thing. Yeah, and together how we get an example as to our strength. Yeah, and how we function, how we take a stand. Yeah, because many more of us could have been on the road and we social distance ourselves. But through the fear within our mind, yeah, we didn't come out. Yeah, but many are called, few are chosen. And those of us that came out, we're special because we take a stand. Yeah, and I just saw the thing set. Yeah, God never call out everybody.
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, but him bring a man that can bring out everybody.
Yes,
live call.
Yes, hello, Tamra. It's Anne.
Anne? Oh, yes, Anne's the poet.
Yes, it is me, yeah.
Oh, blessed love, Anne. Love, peace be with you. Yes, please, go ahead. Tell us what how you feel about our brother, you know, our great community champion.
Yeah, to be honest, it's emotional because I'm expecting to hear his voice. So, yeah, Brother Dougie, he gave me an opportunity when nobody else would, and I'll be forever grateful to him. And I recently lost my dad. And Brother Dougie, the last time I saw him, he was at my dad's funeral. He came to pay his respects, and that was at the end of February.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's half. My heart's racing now because 2019 was definitely a year where I wanted to be heard by the community, and Brother Dougie, he gave me that opportunity, and over the years I've been trying to be heard, if you like, and I found my voice, and people responded, and he gave me an opportunity of a lifetime, I would say.
Absolutely, and he gave me an opportunity. More people know Pamela Gabriel now than they did a year ago, that's for sure. You know, this is the thing about Brother Dougie. He's like a natural fertilizer. He just sort of, you know, and compost all in one, you know, and rain and sunshine, and, you know, he just gives you the full work. He doesn't do things in half measures. You know,
it brings people together.
Absolutely, together.
Inclusive, yeah.
Together.
Amazing.
Absolutely. And so, you know, that unity, that harmony, that love, you know, shall continue. It must continue. His spirit is there. In fact, his influence now is greater than when he was physically present here on earth. You know, because I've seen how it is. Even the day of his funeral, nothing was really organized, but everything was organized from the spirit within. Suddenly, you know, we were all spiritually directed to do this and do that. All the plans that were made previously all went out the window, and everything worked out. You know, everything worked out beautifully. Absolutely, by God's grace.
Also condolences to his family as well.
Yes, his family. God only knows how they feel at this time, but I don't think they even realized how loved their son and their brother was in the community.
That's true.
Yes, they didn't realize. I understand his mother, you know, she really was absolutely amazed. I mean, I saw it from the footage that you filmed, Clive, where...
Yeah, well, that's the important thing of actually capturing that footage, because if you followed what was happening on the street, there was nothing really happening. Dougie was going to go quietly, yeah, but when I got there in the morning, I didn't know. I had an idea drum because you was following what was proposed during the early stages, what would be a fitting tribute. But with the constraint around this CO-19 and the lockdown, yeah, people who come out and it's good old bad man, you know, him lock himself up in I'm house. You see what I'm saying? So it's a situation where only those that had that spiritual strength are belonging to Brother Dougie that I got to say, well, try no take care of myself with that, yeah, I'm gonna pay my respect, yeah. So those that came out, you know, one of the comment is mum saying, like, you know, there's others who have passed and they think that she don't see them, but she definitely see them, you know. So as I'm saying now, the greatest thing was to be able to relay and to embrace and to be close at close quarters with mum. You know, yesterday, because a lot of people, there was that void. You know, we were doing the tributes online amongst ourselves, but the family was missing. Yeah, and the chain is as strong as its weakest link. If you don't have the family, which is a foundation, as you know, we do effective parenting and things like that. You know, these things, you know, like with me and Dougie again, him bring we in to do certain things, you know, and we have to just reflect, it's not half my strength. Even as I sit here, say, it's of Brother Dougie's strength. You know, even though you know what I do before, in as much as, but you know, Brother Dougie enabled me a platform where, to him know where I come from over a period of years, in more inquire of myself. You know, but my sister out there, yeah, the family, because again I was at the home, I was at the cemetery. You know, the family was uplifted. Yeah, even with the drummers, yeah, because remember, we couldn't get the drummers inside the cemetery, you know. but the drum moved from the other side of the fence. When I'm on them, yeah.
Yes, sorry. Anne's is still there?
Yeah, I just also just wanted to say, I didn't say hello to, I don't know, these guys don't know me, but Brother Clyde and his sister Princess, you guys don't know me, but just hello to you as well.
Hi.
In the studio.
Can you hear me?
Just about, I can just about hear you.
Yes.
Peace, love and light to you.
Yes, I can hear you now. Hi.
You know, I believe that in everything we have to give thanks. You know, especially I feel that anything that happens to us in life is really to wake us up and to help us remember that we are spirits. We are spirit being. You know, there's nothing wrong with being in physical manifestation, because that's the purpose. I believe that, you know, God took on his physical form to have a human experience. But it's always a good thing to remember that we are spirit beings. It's very, very important for us to know that the spiritual controls the physical. And the script says, he that is spiritual controls all things and is controlled by no man. So we need to know that the religion is different from spirituality. You see, I feel most of the time why people are defeated because they are religious and not spiritual. See, we got so much planetary bodies like the moon, full moon, new moon. All these things are here for us to make use of. And, you know, if you're being spiritual, we need to understand the importance of knowing how to use these things to our advantage, you know. So I feel that Brother Dougie living at this time has opened up a gateway for unity. It's going to be so. I feel what he's done is extended his own blood family to a much bigger family, because I feel like I'm his family, you know, and I send love and light to his biological family. I don't know them, his parents, his family. I just send you love and light. I know that he's alive and is well. The work that I do, you know, allows me to be a psychic and a medium. And I will deliberately use these words because for a long time we've been so scared of these words. Your own power, you know. Yes, I'm a psychic, I'm a medium. We all have a gift of clairvoyance. And yes, since Brother Dougie passing, he came to visit me in my house. And I felt his presence. I said, Brother Dougie, you surprised me with that one. That's exactly what I said, you know, because he was here the other day and night, you know. I said, you surprised me with that one. He said to me, I had to leave. It was too painful. So you see, it depends on from the angle you're looking at death.
Yes, I hear you. With death, yeah.
You see, right there, if he said he had to leave, it was too painful, I get the impression that he's no longer in pain.
Yes.
You see, I'm grateful that my brother is no longer in pain, because we know that everybody dwells in a pain body, and it's not nice. So, and he said, I had to leave, it was too painful. So, you know, I'm grateful that he's no longer in pain.
I'd like to say something towards that sister as well, because I was in my house 2 days ago, and I was playing a recording of Dougie. It was a very exclusive recording, but it's the first time I've played it in about 3 or 4 years. And I was in my bedroom and I was playing it, but I've got these chimes in the passage. And I was playing it and the chimes moved. But the only way the chimes can move is if somebody physically opened the door. You know those Chinese things? They moved and they was going bling, bling, bling. But at the same time I was playing Dougie's thing. So as you're saying, he does come and visit us.
Yeah, he's letting you know he's around. Totally. He's letting you know he's around. Even that the Tuesday, Tamara Gabriel, when you called me that afternoon to give me the news. Remember, we were seeing him in a vision. Remember, I told you I can see him. He was smiling. And then you were saying you can see him too. So I saw a vision of him. That was my very first vision of him. He was smiling, and then he turned around, and you know, I could see where he was looking. He was looking above him. And I could see that there was like an entrance. It looks like he was going to be turning around and going that direction. So that was the vision that I saw. And then, like I said, later on, he came to my house. And he told me. So I'm really, really grateful. He is alive. He is well. This is the time for us to, I feel we can do a lot more from the other side, you see.
I hear what you're saying, yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. I see what you're saying, especially when we have so much bereavement. Like I lost my dad and then my godfather, now Brother Dougie. So if we look at that differently, in that sense, then that they carry on, they continue.
Well, I do know that they are well and they are alive. Can you hear me? Yeah, it is us over here who have to reprogram our minds.
Yeah.
Because I know that Christ said in the Bible, renew your mind. We need to understand exactly which area is he asking us to renew our minds, because I don't believe he will be saying renew your mind to people who are living a life of success, prosperity, happy, unity. He ain't gonna come and say renew your mind. I believe he'll be saying renew your mind to people who are suffering, because of the way we're thinking. These people are very much alive. We need to start understanding how to bring them into our midst and know that they are not dead, because there's a tendency to think because they've left the animation, left the physical body, they're no longer there. No, he can do a lot more now if we know how to give them energy instead of forgetting about them.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I understand also that moaning and crying and weeping holds their spirit down. It's not good for the soul that's departed. We need to be uplifted and rejoice, at their departure, of their freedom from sorrow, freedom from pain. That beautiful smile he had masked a lot of pain. Some people have the most beautiful smiles are in the most pain, actually. And Brother Dougie, he not once did he ever complain, and the fact is, one could see he had arthritis in his, his right hip, something like that. But that itself was painful, but there was a deeper pain, there was a pain other than the arthritic pain, which only Dougie could talk about, and not me.
Yeah, well, I would imagine that greater pain is the fact that, one, our mind are still enslaved, and the fact that we fail to come together in unity. I'm saying that because our early years, coming from the music, the roots music, and then having been, what would you say, I haven't had the opportunity at Head Start Grassroots, to be educated in so far as Pan-Africanism and our identity and culture, knowing our history, those early years that shaped our brother Dougie, was instrumental in where we need to find ourselves to be as now. So his legacy is how we're going to move it forward. How we're going to move it forward in a positive way. And to be able to do that connects us back to our spirituality, that which is of Dougie, that is left within each individual. Each one of us, because each one of us have got a different mindset, skill set, that we can go to add to this link. But the governing force has got to be our honesty.
Yes, brother.
Sincerity.
Absolutely.
Which then takes us back to the same spirituality. So we're now talking in spirit and in truth.
Indeed.
Because it's only the truth can set us free. And again, it's the reason why we did effective parenting. Our kids are rampant out there because we failed to a certain extent in being effective parents, because some of we sell out, coming from Jamaica and turn English. I come from Jamaica and think so we're not African. You see, so the reality, in one way or the other, our brother brought it home to us. And it's a learning curve. A lot of us have it from beginning, but where we are now, You know, we need to acknowledge that our backs are against the wall owing to the circumstances, because you locked down, me locked down, but our mind is still free. You and I can take off any minute and go to Jamaica, but you've had to have had the experience of Jamaica in order for your mind to travel. Absolutely. Even when you watch it on YouTube, it's not a reality. When you go there and you experience it for yourself, it becomes a reality, and then your reality ultimately then becomes your spirituality, because you can always send your mind. Absolutely. Yeah. So these are the ways when myself and my brother, we sit on our reason, we simplify it, because nothing is really complicated. It's we complicate the thing. Absolutely. Yeah. So now we're trying to go back to when we used to say, "Oh, morning, how they do, shake with one another," and things like that. Yeah. So
unite.
For yourself, my sister, yeah. I've not met you. I thank my brother for obviously giving us the opportunity to reason and talk. What we need, as myself, brother Dougie, Tamara, Supreme, we talk about structures, we talk about network. So we need a database. The very thing we don't want to give to them out there, we need to give it to ourselves. So we can utilize it. So if we've got that, it means even though we can't physically come together, we could technically come together by the use of the database. Yeah?
Yeah, absolutely.
But I don't make database fool my reality. Yeah? So as effective as we were yesterday in dealing with the online transmission, I think it's more refreshing to people to see what had transpired and where the family played in this whole situation yesterday. Yeah. So thank you for me joining, or you joining me to your family, which Brother Dougie has done through his passing or transcending, because he's not died. Yeah, he's transcended. So his spirit in you is in me, is in all of us. Yeah, but we want to take the positive, which is the love, and move that forward. So we need to be honest and open with each other, dash with any egos that we have, and look to our aims and our objectives as to how we're going to deal with what we need to. And my sister, again, sorry I didn't even get your name, I come in, but we're not strangers.
My name's Anz, A-N-N-Z, Anz.
Anz, okay.
Anz, yeah.
Right. So it's going to be our duty, obviously, that whether it's going to be through Bless or SLR, wherever Brother Doug is touched, we need to link up. Yeah, because the radio stations, again, as an example, if we've got that means of advertising what we are doing, then there's no secret place. Yeah, so it's for us to, in theory, make one cocoa full of basket, or each grain of sand to form a beach. Yeah, but it's all about unity right now, and expressing and sharing our love. So I say more love and my respect to you, my sister.
Yeah, and thank you all, and thanks Tamara as well.
Yes, Sister Anz, before you go, sorry, have you finished, or would you like to say something more?
No, just saying thanks for letting me know about today's show and everything.
Well, thank you, sister, and also I'd just like to ask you, have you wrote anything poetically wise pertaining to our brother?
Okay, at the moment I've just been writing more poetry and everything, but there is something maybe after all of this, when they have a face-to-face where we all come together and celebrate Brother Dougie, I would be definitely honoured to be able to deliver something then, if that would be okay.
Absolutely.
I always wanted to show him that, do more of that stuff, and it's just it's quite emotional because it's disrespectful to hear his voice. So
yes,
that's strange at the moment.
Yes, Princess Otas.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay.
Princess,
hi.
Hiya.
Yeah, I want to kind of touch on this thing we call emotional. It's emotions. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, of course, never liked in the family for a very long time. We are so used to acting a certain way when whatever happens. When somebody passes, we just feel we need to cry and release a lot of painful energy into the ether. But me, as a spiritual healer, I meditate a lot. And just like everybody else out there, we're studying more to know who we are. We're remembering who we are. And for me, we're not our color. We're more than this. You know, for me, addressing myself as my color or the country I came from is really limiting me. I feel for me, I have to know, if I'm talking about knowing thyself, we have to know who we are as an electrical being. You know, being that are manifested from the universe, from the point of the universe. For instance, when we're talking about our feelings, our emotions, for the longest of time, it is really wounded and broken. And when we're talking about law of attraction, I've come to realize that we have to really focus on our feeling, because we actually manifest our realities, anything you want, based on your feelings. Does that make sense? So because what I'm trying to say here is that you know, we have to strengthen our feelings. We have to transform that painful feeling into a joyful feeling, because it's what you feel that you manifest. You know, many of us, if praying to God meant asking God, we want this, we would have got it, because many of us have been asking, we have not been receiving. And if we're honest to ourselves, we have not really been receiving, because you see, we are the creator of our own reality. And it's very important now, our brother has, you know, gone into the invisible realm, which is all around us, because he's here. That we need to start looking at our feelings if we are to move forward, because a feeling that is so broken can only manifest more reason to feel broken. You see, this is just the law of attraction. I think you know what I'm trying to say here.
Yeah, I work in the area of dealing with our emotions and everything, because I'm actually a psychotherapist. I know it's different. Yeah, but I'm a psychotherapist, so.
So you know what I'm saying, that because I realized that you can visualize all day, you can ask all day, but universe only responds to your feeling. And I'm thinking, in the case where our feeling is always, you know, it's our responsibility to heal our feeling. And I feel if we're gonna give any gift to Brother Dougie, if we're gonna show any appreciation for the labor that he labored for us to find our voice, I feel a good way forward is to find a way to transform our painful feelings to a more joyful feelings, because that's how we're going to transform our life, because we're all desiring prosperity, unity, but not when you're carrying a bitter feeling. Universe doesn't know any difference, you see.
Yes, sister, you said something there about feelings, and the feelings is something which most of us are running away from, actually.
We have to address
it. This is why someone like myself turned to drugs and alcohol, running away from my feelings. You know, and we learn to sit with our feelings. You know, when you feel frightened or anxious, sit with it. Instead of running to grab a bottle to drink, or getting a knife and you want to go and stab someone because you're feeling angry, you know, or you start to beat up your wife because you're feeling frustrated about your job, or, you know, whatever it may be. You know, our feelings is the pathway to our soul. You know, our feeling is independent from our thoughts. You know, our emotions are created, are orchestrated by our thoughts. But our feelings, we don't have to be thinking of anything, and suddenly we'll get this feeling, oh, Brother Dougie, oh, he must be here now. You know, and he is. Oh, I thought about that woman. Oh, I thought about Princess Otis, and suddenly she rang me. You know what I mean? I wasn't thinking of her. So that feeling is a direct line to spirit, to our Creator.
Our feeling, for me, I feel like, if we want to use the metaphor of a fisherman, when he throws that rod into, and then to pull out, I feel for me the feeling is like the rod that you throw to catch the fish. You see, we are manifesting our reality according to our feelings. When I began to realize this, I realized I cannot afford to be bitter. Because if I allow myself to feel bitter, I am going to manifest more reason to be bitter.
Lovely. And there's something I'd like to say that I remember I was visited by a brother from the Yoruba tribe. Shola was his name. He came to visit me in prison, and I was going through a rough time with my marriage at the time. You know, the wife called police on me. You know what I mean? And they locked me up for a month in Brixton prison. You know what I mean? I didn't actually beat her. Actually, I just got vexed. You know, but it's a good thing she called the police, because maybe that vexation could have led to murder or whatever. You know, so God bless you, dear ex-wife, because we're divorced, you know, for calling the police when you did. Because it could have made things a lot worse, not only for me, not for her, but also for the children as well. Because, but anyway, Shola came to visit me, and he said to me, he called me Vanda then instead of Tamara. He said, Vanda, just keep on smiling, and you'll get bail. You know, when you get back to court, you'll get bail. Don't think negative, just keep smiling, be happy. And so I practiced that, you know. Although there was a part of me saying, nah, this won't work, you know, don't be a fool. But I kept on practicing it, keep smiling, cracking jokes and all the rest of it. And I went into court. He says, yes, you can have bail. I said, my God. So the feelings are very important. It helps to manifest.
Feelings, look, it's all about the feelings. Yeah. And there are many tools that, you know, that is around that we can use to begin to heal our feelings. Because remember, a lot of us were holding a lot of subconscious programming of trauma. Because Brother Dougie was really into this, trying to find ways to heal trauma. You know, in fact, when I hear the word trauma now, I just remember Brother Dougie, you see. And there are many tools out there. It's time to heal our feelings. We can blame somebody all day. We know that the days of blaming is over, because it just implied that you feel powerless. If you have to blame somebody, it makes you powerless, you see. This is the time to take responsibility, and we are. But I really want to draw our attention to the feelings, you see. And I know that the more we understand the truth that sets you free, because this is the age of wisdom and knowledge, it will be easy to understand why we were told to forgive. We can't afford to keep thinking and remembering the things that happened years ago, especially those things that were not very negative stuff. We have to drop that now and find a way to heal the feeling, because as long as the feeling continues to release the vibration of hurt, you will keep on manifesting hurt. That's just how it is. It's the law of nature. It's the law of creation. So we are truly the creator of our own reality. And I feel if we can really find a way to heal our feelings so that we can, you know, change our reality, because apparently when you change your feelings, you will change your destiny, you see. I believe that would be a very great tribute to Brother Dougie, for him to look and see how, you know, we are healing our feelings. It's important.
Absolutely. And this world here, in our community, on this earth, we lack forgiveness. You know, we need to be more forgiving, not only to other people, but also to ourselves. You know, and because I know from my personal experience that forgiveness, asking God to forgive me for all the wrongs I done, and you know, and forgiving myself for those wrongs as well, and actually, and also actively expressing a different thinking to what the opposite way of thinking to what I was thinking before, from dishonest to honest, from hateful to loving thinking, and from warring thinking to or conflicted thinking to peaceful thoughts and harmonious thoughts. You know, and yes, you know, all these things helped to heal me, and the forgiveness actually freed me from the pain from the past.
Can we look at that word forgiveness, Brother Tamara? you know, I
Yes, Sister Anne, you still with us?
Yeah, I'm still here, guys.
Thank
I'm still
you.
here.
yeah, that word for
Okay. Yeah,
I
well,
don't know if
yeah.
anybody else might want to be.
Yes, well, yes,
calling
I
in,
think,
so.
yes, maybe it's time we said our Cheerios, so someone else can get through, huh?
Exactly, and it's been nice actually just checking in with you guys, and Brother Dougie would be definitely proud of what you're all doing and that you're paying tribute to him. So he's a special man, and we will continue.
Yes, Sister Anne, thank you
Absolutely.
very much.
Yeah, the
Thank-
journey continues.
Exactly, it does.
Blessed love.
Okay, thank you guys.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, bye.
I wanted to look at that word forgiveness and just to throw.
All right. Yes, brothers and sisters, I have a statement here from the personal tribute to Brother Dougie Williams. This is from the Godwin Lawson Foundation. And it was sent to me by Yvonne Lawson. And so it's my privilege, pleasure, and honor to read this to you, Brother Dougie. There are times when your paths cross with a person and you do not know why, when it happens, but time has a way of teaching you a lesson that I have now learned. My first encounter with Brother Dougie was as a result of him contacting me to ask if he could be part of the Godwin Lawson Foundation team. The foundation was growing, and the definite plans, visions, and aesthetic appearance in mind for the foundation were strict and conservative. I could not see how a collaboration could possibly work. Numbers were not exchanged. We continued on our separate paths. It was not until 3 years later, when we were both attending a course, that our paths crossed again. This time, the suggestion that we should work together was accepted. And after 3 years, when we finally met again, this is what we did. The working partnership lasted 8 months. The Brother Dougie Williams, I and the foundation team came to know, lived and dedicated his work for the benefit of his community, wholeheartedly and without reservation. The passion for learning, teaching, and hosting was spurred on from knowledge gained from the life and the writings of Marcus Mosiah Garvey and the books in the West Green Road bookshop. Early, easily identifiable by a gentle booming voice, Pan-African attire, and wide smile, Brother Dougie would be seen, heard, and listened to. The evidence and love for his people could be seen in the way he empowered others with his knowledge and experience of life. If Brother Dougie attended a course, it was so that he could learn and teach others what he had learned. There is no greater legacy one can leave than being able to touch and change the lives of others. Upon our initial working encounter, Brother Dougie asked if he could change the carefully designed and crafted poster because it did not fit in with his audience. Despite opposition, the newest member of the team succeeded in obtaining a new poster that would fit his audience. The poster was truly fitting and an education in the one-size-doesn't-fit-all mantra that we are so accustomed to. Effective parenting was born. The events hosted by Brother Dougie was full, frank, and reached an audience only envisaged. The humbleness of this very gentle giant of the community is evident in his demeanor, speech, and light. My lasting memory will be of a speech made whilst wearing a Marcus Garvey t-shirt that silenced the audience. His life, his passion, and his reason for living was relayed to all who could hear his voice, and we were in awe. Always looking out for others, always teaching, and always there. I am honored to have met a man who gave so much, and to have been a part of this journey. Brother Dougie is missed and will be missed, but I know that his teachings and his life's work will live on. The ancestors are helping us to continue your fight. May you take your place amongst them with honor. Your work here being done. Yvonne Lawson, the Godwin Lawson Foundation, 28th of March 2020.
Yes, respect. Yeah, well, again, what can I say? You know, it amplifies the character of my brother Dougie, and it just so worked out that on the effective parenting, I myself went to a course. I was invited by a friend, and having been there, the reality hits home. And from that moment, I committed myself was to take on the learning from the effective parenting program. I've been being encouraged to do so again by Brother Dougie, and I've been in a few of his shows in order to explain and to demonstrate the benefit of this particular program, which obviously because of the lockdown now is not in force. Yeah, but yeah, Brother Dougie is and will always be, if we so choose, and there are some of us who are hardened, and he's not going to separate himself from us. But for the benefit of the community overall, and for families, and for effective parenting, our call has got to be, and our vision has got to be also that Dougie has left us an umbrella to which he is the top of this tree. We are all underneath his wings, and it's for us to link up. So upon when or wherever the rain falls and we need to give that covering, yeah, we'll be able to do so. So he has sacrificed himself physically, yeah, and amplified himself spiritually, so that is in all of us at one particular time. So whatever aims and objectives we set ourselves for the future, as long as you're one with it, and when I'm saying one with it, it's one with the family, yeah, with mom, brother, sisters who have met, yeah, then we can move on in the direction where we're then in harmony. Yeah, so the legacy is going to be as we are in the studio. Yeah, but I was really hoping that we would have people phoning in, because a lot of what we're going to be saying, unless we have got, I'm not sure if, did you have an agenda that we're following? Yeah, basically I'm looking forward to get to know yourselves more, and to also see as to what encouragement you could give to ourselves, particularly Tamra, because I understand obviously finding your voice has got to carry on in some form, shape or form, and so we're duty bound to make sure his legacy is continued.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So we need also to move from a talk shop, so we're not just talking, because we were talking about structures, putting things in place. So these are the things that we have to carry out.
Absolutely.
And to make sure that they're being, because he's already left us a network.
Absolutely.
Of qualified professional people with experiences that can be called on. But we need to set about it in a manner where we're open, transparent, structured, so that we can appeal to the broader community. And again, like with ourselves, we need to be able to be bought into. So we're looking at some point to establish some form of a membership. So there's that sense of belonging. And again, I'm saying that because what is quite interesting to me, the so-called scientists out there, they can't make a decision as to whether it's to our advantage to wear a face mask to keep the dust out, yeah, rather than for us not to wear it, inhale the dust and anything else particle-wise that is out there, given that they're not sure as to what the causes of this coronavirus is, yeah. So is it a case for me then that they're afraid if everyone was to wear a mask? Okay, thank you. Caller.
Greetings.
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 And you are my sister?
Yeah, this is Empress Kalila.
Okay, respect my sister.
I just want to call in divine uprising to everybody that's in the studio. I've met Brother Clive yesterday at the send-off. I just want to give thanks and praises and for the honor and the divine opportunity to celebrate and livicate the life of our King Brother Dougie.
Yes.
I was one of the drummers yesterday at his
Okay,
send-off.
okay, all right. I'm with you now.
And you know, I'm still feel really emotional and happy that I was able to be there. When I met Brother Dougie, I had my drum on my back. I played the African djembe, and I was quite shy. And he said to me, "Just come and drum at one of his events." And I was shy at the time. I was just starting off with my drumming. He said, "No, just drum." But you know, since that time, the encouragement he gave me, I've gone on to drum at theatres and in front of so-called VIPs. But you know what I realized? I realized I was being prepared to drum at his send-off. I realized that yesterday. And as I was drumming, I felt so emotional, but I tried to hold it together. And I said, "Kalila, you're here to do service. You're here to drum for Brother Dougie, so do what you have to do." And that's what I did. I was amongst one of the 4 drummers. The other drummers were Brother Gebra, Brother Amawali, and Brother Astamari.
Okay.
So I just want to give thanks and praises for that. I really do.
Well, being present at the time, I was really and truly honored to feel the heartbeat.
That's right.
You see, and to have you also sharing as to how your emotions transcended so that you can remember the beginning to the end, so you can also say that you could see the preparation that he had put in you. You see, and it's the same even for myself yesterday. He instilled that preparation, and what really freaked me out yesterday was the fact that it was my wife's birthday.
Yes.
You see, so not only I got his attention for my birthday, which he attended.
Yes.
And then my wife, yeah, you know, there's the one thing I was complaining, I almost complained to Mum yesterday, yesterday, about the way in my work, mate. You understand? But it's also that you're now sharing, that he had prepared you.
Yes.
Yeah? So yesterday he was working you. You say?
Definitely.
So I am 100% sure yesterday you played that drum different to the way you know to play it.
I most definitely did. That's exactly what I'm saying. I felt different.
Well,
I really did.
I'd like to say something here, which is that I was watching the filming of that, and I was listening to the drumming, and I could hear the different tones of the different drums playing, and there was a time when the shot came on you where you were drumming, and I could hear your drumming, and it was really sweet. It was like a bird just coming in and out, honestly. And I thought, my God, I could hear, it was beautiful. I really enjoyed that. You did some brilliant drumming, sister. What's your name again?
My name's Empress Kalila.
Empress
Kalila.
Yes, excellent drumming name.
Yeah, and what I was going to say, and you're the only female apparently amongst the group. Yeah, which again it makes me feel somewhat strange when I joined the effective parenting group under this training. I was the only man in there.
Okay.
So even as it is here now, I'm the only one that's actually graduated from the effective training. So I'm honoured to speak to someone likewise who has graduated from Brother Dougie's training or recognition academy.
That's a good idea. We need to create a Dougie's Academy.
Yeah,
and we can do it. We've got all that it takes to fulfill that. Brother Dougie also said he wanted to hold a big occasion at the Excel. We can do that too.
That's right.
And we shall do that. There's no point carrying if and but. We can do all these things, and we will do them. Even if a man dropped out tomorrow, someone else takes on the baton to continue to make sure that the work gets done. There's enough of us. There's no one is really exclusive. Like Dougie, he's moved on to do even greater things, and so we just have to do the best we can with the time that we've got, because that's one thing that his sudden flight from this world reminded me was that, something, we can't afford to waste a second. We don't know the minute nor the hour. We just got to put our shoulder to the wheel, do what we have to do. If you don't know what you got to do, find your divine purpose. Go within, get in touch with your feelings, and the Almighty Creator, He will communicate with us. Absolutely.
I just want to end by just saying that what you said basically, we have to continue to celebrate his life and continue with the works in love and solidarity.
Yeah, well, that goes without doubt, and I think the role I see myself playing is to be observant and to fill the little voids that might be left. But as obviously again, we need to be more around a table where we can discuss our ideas. So these are the lessons that I hope that we'll learn. But one of the lessons I think I've learned with yourselves, and I can see it being demonstrated, is because we've lost some aspect of our spiritual rites of passage, because the churches can't serve the need of the community, because we, aside from what was done yesterday, as an example, Brother Dougie's eulogy was not read, so there's a lot of what there is about Brother Dougie that is exclusive to the family. We still haven't had that blessing bestowed upon us. But what again I noticed from yourself, because even though you were on the other side of the fence in relation to the cemetery, the sound again transcended into the grave.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying? And that is very powerful. So, because also not be known to yourself, the week previous I had buried my cousin, which just up from Brother Dougie. And I can see the need for the drumming at all times now.
Most definitely.
And you taking up your position similar to how was exercised and done yesterday. That is a certain order. So I commend yourselves, family, that you're going to represent our community on that spiritual journey, that transition. I see the need, and we can social distance on the road without any problems. Up until they resolve the containment within, community gathering as would be in a whole.
I share. I give thanks and praises. Give thanks.
Yeah,
everyone.
so
Give thanks.
more strength, more
Thanks,
love, and
sister.
give
Yeah.
thanks.
Blessed
Take care,
love.
everyone.
Yeah.
Blessed love.
Colin.
Blessed love.
Yeah, yeah, listeners, please, and I need to keep this line hot. You know, it's not about us in the studio or talk amongst ourselves. Yeah,
Yes,
it's all
what
about
is-
you out there. Where do you want to see us going? Yeah, that's how open and transparent
Yes,
we want to maintain.
I thought DJ Supreme would have called in, but anyway, you know, I actually intended to bring a poem which I recited yesterday at the live link thing there, but you know, by the grace of the Most High caused me to leave it behind, and instead I put this one in my bag instead with another poem which was also dedicated to Brother Douglas. So I won't be reciting the same poem. I'll be reciting
Something anew.
and something anew. You see how spirit works, and
Yeah, well-
the fact of the matter is that I thought, well, it wasn't ready yet, so I took a pen and I looked. Oh, but it is ready. It's just I just need to you know, sort of make it more readable. And so I'm going to read this poem to you, brothers and sisters out there. Yeah, this poem is a tribute to our brother and community champion and king, Dougie. Let's have some light here. Can you is the light go on here? Please. Okay, folks, excuse me for the delay. Princess Otas, would you like to say a few words of wisdom? No light. Well, I'll just have to move over a bit closer here like so. Right. Okay. This poem is dedicated to our good brother Dougie. His life was a light to our community. With his words and acts of love, compassion, and unity, promoting the village mentality, all for one and one for all. That's our good brother Dougie. To find your voice was his quest. Worked so hard, so little time to rest. He gave so many a voice on SLR and Bless Radio. Thank you, God, for Brother Dougie's show. With the community, interacting verbally, some were enlightened, others were healed, with the love and forgiveness that had been revealed. On Find Your Voice, People's Choice, with good Brother Dougie. So spirits of our ancestors, please take our brother Dougie's hand and help him to peace and joy, full joy, crossing over into the promised land. Yes, that's to our good brother Dougie. And, you know, brother Dougie, I remember the last effective parenting meeting we had. We were discussing about the database and everybody networking to get us to the next stage, but the database isn't complete yet. As you said, we're going to need to have we're going to need to have a meeting or two about it, or three about it, but it definitely needs to get done. But the thing with the lockdown situation, I personally feel it's something that needs to be done round the table rather than just on Zoom.
Yeah, well, I think obviously we do need to meet as a form of a forum.
Yes.
But our numbers do need to be reduced greatly. Yeah, and then from there we can duplicate. So for where we're at the present, insofar as compiling the database, we're at the best place to get it established because we're indoors now with our computers. So whether it's Facebook, Twitter, or most to our advantage is going to be to have email addresses. Yeah? That way we can, minutes or whatever process transpires between us, it can be passed on. And we need also to find out our skill set.
Absolutely.
So we can steer people towards a service that's already been provided by individuals or businesses. Yeah. So we just have to establish our working relationship, build on your trust. And when I say trust, is to trust us to the extent that you trust Brother Dougie, that we can deliver. And what I will say also, I think by now people know that whatever needs to be done, once I'm on it, it's going to be done.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I am into outcomes. Yeah, I ain't going to sacrifice myself like Brother Dougie had done not to see outcomes.
Absolutely, and I'll go further and say that, you know, anyone who has any skills or any experience and so on, who seriously, honestly, lovingly, you know, humbly, you know, and gladly is ready, because it's about being ready. If you're ready to contribute to this legacy that the great mighty Dougie has left us, then, you know, please call the radio station here, leave your email address and phone number. In fact, you can call me on 07960 976 920. I'm Tamara Gabriel, by the way. Or also, you can also contact me on vanderpeter7 at gmail.com. It's VANDER, Vander, Peter, PETER, in all small cases, vanderpeter7 at gmail.com. Please, you know, we want to hear from you. You know, we from Rehab to Life Foundation, which is the charity I founded, we're now in, you know, we're in oneness with Find Your Voice, Turas here, you know, with Princess Otas here. You know, we all need to get together. So please call me, contact me, tell me what you can contribute, what role you can play, you know, whatever it is, or even if it's just your enthusiasm. You know, we need that on our program, because it's a we thing, not a me thing. Princess Otas.
So at this moment, I just felt to send a little guided meditation prayer to the family of Brother Dougie.
Yes, yes, please do.
So at this time, we're just going to take in a deep breath, because the breath is God. It is the breath that makes man a living soul. And as we are taking in this deep breath, we are breathing on the behalf of Brother Dougie's mother, family, those who are of his bones and bloodline. As we take in this deep breath, we ask that their soul will come alive at this moment. And we are asking for the assistance of the Archangel Michael. And I call forth the Archangel Raphael, the physician, the healer, to take this deep breath offering on the behalf of Brother Dougie, and to place it where it needs to be placed within this family unit, and to bring healing, bring life, because it is said that God breathed into our nostrils and we became a living soul. And so we're asking for life to return to every cell of your being. We're asking for the spirit of sorrow to be transformed into the spirit of gratitude and appreciation And we just want to say thank you to Brother Dougie's mother for blessing us with such a great man. He surely helped me to find my voice. Amen.
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 Yes. Thank you. Thank you, Princess Otas. That was beautiful. The voice, the breath. You know, it never dies because that's what we are. We are basically we're breath. You know,
Yes.
yeah, that is the spirit, isn't
Yes.
it? Without that, there's no life. Absolutely. You
So
know.
man became a living soul.
Yes, yes, absolutely. Yes, anyone here to call this number 079 444 31366. You know, we've only got till 8 o'clock and, well, it's 19, it's nearly 7:45 now. So, if you think we're going to be here till 10 o'clock like Brother Dougie used to do, please don't wait, don't hesitate, call now.
Yeah, be on point.
Yes. Yes, yes, a marathon man, you heard that? You see, the controller of this radio station, you know, the good man, you know, good brother, humble brother, great brother, another spiritual brother, you know, Natty, you know, the work that goes in there. We thank you, Natty, we thank you for hosting our brother Dougie for so long, as well as all the other DJs who have come and gone and are still here, including myself. I'm just new on the block, and thank you for having me here, and thank you for all the support you give us. I came here today, things weren't ready, a lot of mics are not working, this and that. What you said, the 5G lick out everything. Yeah. Yes, a lot of the mics, they're all in the drawer there, they're all
5G.
blown.
So the 5G out the door.
Well, it's the 5G. They've been constructed, and when you talk about structures, the 5G structures have gone up, and while we're being on lockdown, basically,
Yeah,
you
well,
know,
that's what I'm
we're
saying
going into a new world when we go back out there.
Yeah, we need to be weary because this thing being invisible is like it wants to move in the spirit realm.
Ah, yes, because this is like the Tower of Babel when they said, let us build things that we can go up to the heavens and storm the heavens. It's not to say let's build a thing to go up to the heavens so we can say, God, here we are, and pay homage and glorify God. It's about creating war up there. They wanted to go up and so this is what we're talking about here again, spiritual
5G
warfare.
is spiritual warfare because, again, we're saying it's COVID-19, and a lot of us are saying is the influence of the frequency, which is now the new, which is a 5G, because, as you're saying, we're in lockdown. The only way we're supposed to come out of our house is into another robot, and the robot are going to take we and then they're going to bring we back. You know what I'm saying? So we have to be mindful, and again, because of the frequency and how it breaks down our own immune system.
Absolutely.
This is the one we can't see, so we don't know where we're putting ourselves and what we're exposing ourselves.
Yes, and also the thing is that we're going through a phase now where there's a lot of hype around population control or population culling, like you know, they're looking to sterilize us and annihilate us in one way or another. You know, which is I suppose it's more in a way that is not visually ugly, you know, but these viruses and these things that they can set on us now, which are invisible, and next thing you know, a man is sick and he's gone. But it's genocide, it's mass murder at a horrific level, at an international level, basically.
Yeah. Well, again, the other thing that really gets to me is the fact that within our African Caribbean community, or minorities as they would describe it, it's a disproportional number insofar as our death. So if we then was to fall for the trick and to say, well, therefore they need to address this by then vaccinating, then it's achieves the very aim that they were gunning for.
Yes,
You
absolutely.
see, but they have to play the trick.
Yes,
you know?
yes,
But
yes.
yeah, we don't really want to go down that road because really today is Brother Dougie a reflection.
Absolutely. Yes,
Yeah?
yes,
And,
it certainly is.
Again, I know Brother Dougie was in the network, or what you call them, the cafe, internet cafes quite a lot. You know, so that has always been a concern that I had, and it will be ongoing. But given that we're getting short on time, my respect, my sister, I've not seen you in a long time. Yeah, and being honest, your spirituality or the what you say, the medium.
Yes, medium clairvoyance.
Clairvoyancy. That,
Yeah.
that
You know, when we
no,
look
let me done it first. It frightens me. Yeah, because obviously I see powers within, like you see powers in me, and I see powers in you, and powers that I frighten. You gotta tell me what me know want to see in myself. Yeah, but again, I would say Brother Dougie brought us together because from those times, the things that I see, I talk it out. And I will make it even worse, I then also video it when I'm in Brother Dougie's company. So a lot of the things that we're talking about, discussing, I've got the evidence as I'm now videoing. Yeah, the things that we're thinking that we need to do, myself, and I think Supreme knows it too. Yeah, within us. One more, you left us early and we continued the reason. Everything was outlined with Brother Dougie. You understand? And we have to just do what had been over the years, all like you say, Bless says he's got hold archive stuff. Yeah? A lot of the work is already out there and the directions given.
Yes.
You understand? We know nothing in life is new. It regenerates.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So my brother is now regenerating. Yeah. But instead of one, it's like it could be a million.
Absolutely. It's everywhere.
Yeah. It could be a million because whoever is listening out there, you are one of them. You know, it's like when myself being associated with Bernie, you know, and there used to be a song, you know, Father Abraham has many sons. I am one of them, and so are you. Yeah. So that to me is the underlying message. Brother Dougie wants us to open our eyes, tune in. Yeah. Take me SLR, bless. So it's like for me, up the road and down the road and up the road again. Yeah. That's how I simplify it. Yeah. I had the privilege obviously to make sure SLR, yeah, was represented in the tribute as well as bless. As we say now, what I acknowledge, and this is in due respect with Ras Mackay, they say Brother Dougie is a knight in shining armor.
Yes.
Therefore, he is Sir Dougie.
Big up Ras McCoy. Big up.
So we have conceded that Brother Dougie, whether directly or indirectly, was a teacher.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So Sir Dougie becomes Sir Dougie the teacher also.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So he who has impacted on myself, because like I said, we've had 40 years, a lot of us we journey professionally or unprofessionally. We have skills that we bring to the table. My skills that he brought in was politics to a certain extent because I understand structures and me not afraid. Me go in almost all the party. Brother Dougie is the only person that had the confidence to find the time and talk to me yeah, about the journeys I've made politically. Because him want to know, because him know me different. Well, him know me set a certain way. But now I'm curious as to why I would have want to put myself over there, so. Knowing the way I am. Yeah? But that's the way it is. Brother Dougie know we're all different. Yeah, we all have different mindset and we all at different stages in our own development. Yeah, some of us are going to run up front. Sometimes it's necessary because when you run up front and you buck your toe, you're going to learn a lesson and you're going to step back. Or you're going to see something too frightening that you know you can't handle and you're going to run. You see? So our teacher has brought us together, and as we sit here now, we're in a studio, us three, and we're dealing with spirituality, mentality, and like with me, I normally roll with children and young people, so I deal with youths as well as tricks as in politics. Yeah, and you see, say the politicians now, when I first think them do when them hear about coronavirus, them never even test themselves, them just run. You understand? Them go duck hide. And them say, want to go lock up yourself. Yeah? Yeah? So, we are going to enjoy we journey together, family. That's a long and short tight, but we want commitments. Yeah? And like for myself now, the best thing you can do, I don't know, because we don't want a virus in our house when it comes to the technology. So we don't know, we are going to avoid them sending us virus instead of the real data, because...
Well, as Bob Marley say, have no fear of atomic energy. So no matter what, let me could just go forward and do what we are doing. You know, as we know, we can't dead. We can't dead.
Yeah, because we are beginning.
Princess Otis would like to say something.
We are beginning.
I just want to, add to what you just said, because you see, what you think about, you bring about. Sometimes we need to remember that we're very powerful. Our very thought is creative.
Yes.
It's whatever you say it is, that's what it is. You see, one of the reasons why we have difficulty believing God's promises, the Most High's promises, because they are too good to be true.
Yes.
But we have to understand that sentence, too good to be true, it actually telling you it is true because it's good. It is true. You understand? It doesn't mean we tend to think too good to be true and we dismiss it. No. It is too good. That's why it's true. And it comes from the Most High. And one of the promises of the Most High, he said, no weapon formed against you shall prosper. Either you believe it or you don't believe it.
Absolutely.
You see, he said, every tongue that rises up against you in judgment, I will condemn it. You see, the scriptures say, because you believe, there shall be a performance. So we really need to, work on this trusting that we are protected, because I had something very interesting. I think I shared it with you. Happened to me the other day in my home. I was lying on my bed. I've never had an experience like that before. All of a sudden, an energy just fell on my back. It had a magnetic pull to it. And I knew I wasn't sleeping. I was awake. Is that kind of one of those things that you experience in a dream, where you can't talk and you can't move? Yeah, it was like that. Except I was awake. Yeah, except I was awake. You see, so I rose. I thought, what's this? And I tried to move my body to get off me, But one thing I did notice, I had no fear. I noticed that I had no fear. I was aware that I can't see you. I felt when you jumped to my back and get off me now. I had no fear. I was at peace in my energy. I feel it's because I meditate a lot. Yeah. I've learned to do that, to go within, because you are the temple of the Holy Spirit. The kingdom of God is within you. And I meditate a lot. I am working on my own self, because I know that in order to heal you, I have to heal me.
Absolutely.
Because a healer, heal thyself, you see. So I want to say thank you to my inner being for having faith, having no fear, because I just know that we are covered. It's either you believe it or you don't. That's what makes the difference.
Absolutely. Have faith and fear not, as it is written. And it just leads me on to say this, which is that Brother Dougie and I, we had an appointment to meet a pastor, because really I went to see this pastor, and who was introduced. I was introduced to this pastor via two ladies I met one day after a service had finished, and he was very interested, very keen, very enthusiastic in working in the community and to support us in our efforts. And Dougie was looking forward to meet this pastor, and the pastor was looking forward to meet him. And I had to email the pastor and tell him, well, sorry to say, Brother Dougie won't be coming, but he's still looking forward to work with us. So it's, although there's a lot of churches out there that need to do more, there are churches out there who are willing to work with us. So we don't want to knock down, these church people, because there's a lot of good people in some of these churches. Or in every church there's going to be someone good in there. And I do know and understand that as long as there's one righteous man left in that city, the Most High won't destroy it. There could be 1 million people living in there, but because of that one good man, the Most High won't destroy it until that good man comes out of the city. And we need us good people, who are thinking good things, because to be good you have to think good and feel good, like we were talking about earlier on.
It's all about the feelings.
Yes, absolutely. And please, call us before we leave. The time is nearly up, and it's up already, so we won't even call the number again, because we're running out of time. I don't know if Brother Clive, if you've got any things to say, please.
Yes, family, in winding up, thank you for your attention. Thank you for sharing your journey with my brother Dougie. Thank you, and I ask you for your continued support in the way that we move forward with your ideas. Myself, as you heard, I'm involved with a group. It's called Real Active Structured Support. I had a show on here. I'm not sure what is happening with that, but again, I will talk with management on that. Without a doubt, we're in serious times, and I try to reflect that. But I'm one of those that takes a stand, like my brother Dougie. Yeah, so that Pan-Africanism is within. But more so over the years, we mellow and we show more love because we gain understanding with age. Yes, of my family, blessings. Mom, brother, sister, I'm honored, I'm humbled to have met you. More love, more strength, more community, all the things that your son has impacted on us, we hold ourselves. Well, I hold myself accountable to yourself, so like you say, you want to know where I'm going, so I will continue to inform. I would say again to Supreme, Candice, all those who had contributed by the radio stations, everybody, we are one. Yeah, so more strength. Yeah, and joy cometh in the morning. So now we have to link up. We have to form that chain.
And this is just a loving greeting to Brother Dougie's family. May the Lord God give you beauty for your ashes. Like the brothers say, your joy shall come in the morning. Yes, you have not lost a son. You've gained many sons and daughters. God bless you.
Yes, Brother Dougie, thank you for fulfilling your divine purpose on this earth plane and for encouraging us and motivating us to do the same. For the glory of the Most High, our Creator. Thank you, Brother Dougie. Thank you, Mama Williams, for bringing a wonderful son into the world who was a light in this world and still is a light in this world. And thank you to your daddy, too, who Brother Dougie is now with his daddy now because his dad is there on the other side. Blessed love to all the listeners and to all the community and to all on earth and in the heavens. Blessed love.
Yeah, and respect and honor to my wife for having shared yesterday's birthday with my friend and my brethren's departing. Yeah, so give thanks.
Yeah, I'd like to say give thanks to everybody that's taken part in this I could say like a resurrection of Find Your Voice. Yeah, it's just like when Christ was crucified and resurrected again. That word spread it even more to the world, and this is like a resurrection of Find Your Voice. And it's glad to know that enough is enough. It's here, yeah. And you're all here, brothers and sisters. I'd like to thank you all. I'd like to thank the Most High for blessing us to even know a man like Brother Dougie. You know, to experience a man like that who is a living legend, who we call Sir Dougie. I call him Sir Dougie, yeah. And I thank you all. I thank the Most High for me to know such a man. I would say a great man, yeah, a leader in his own right. You know, a teacher, a father, a friend, a brethren, everything that you can find in a black man, in a real black man. Yeah, his Brother Dougie. Yeah, so I give thanks for that. Also, the TV in the he was a real black man. Yeah, a black man, but this Brother Dougie is a real black man. If he not like you, he will tell you. You know.
But it's like him leave we now in a submission to himself.
Yes, because he knows that we can do it. He came and he taught us, and he says, he brought us all together through Bless, through SLR, through Galaxy, through all these radio stations.
Him leave in a
and now we're all here now to carry on the work and the legacy. So I'm proud to be a part of this. What's that TV, the network that was doing the thing yesterday?
Which network?
Well, yesterday that they done the tribute to Dougie.
Live Link.
It wasn't called Live Link.
Yeah.
Media
Link.
Media Net. Right. I'd like to big shout goes out to Media Net TV yesterday. Us from Bless FM, we're proud of what you've done. The contribution that you contributed towards Brother Dougie, Sister Kandaki, Supreme, and all the rest of the team at Media Net. Bless Radio, give thanks and respect for what you've done. We're proud of what you've done for Brother Dougie.
Yeah,
I personally say that because I see it for myself and I'm proud of what they've done.
Yeah, man, we're all corner.
Yeah, so we know, say, Find Your Voice, live on now. Live on.
Yeah.
Bless.
Yeah, respect and bless up.
Yes.
Yes, family, know thyself and stay blessed.
Yeah, that's our motto at Bless Radio, know thyself. You know, so stay blessed. Next week, Find Your Voice. We're right here again, so stay blessed.